Hello, everybody. I am so damn irresponsible. I can't believe how irresponsible I am. Hello, everybody. Hey, look at the nice new graphics that I have up there. It says Mickey in the middle, and then it goes straight to Operation 535. No encumbered survives. We're going to update that. And then it goes to the Mickey in the middle. 20% on the right don't count. 20% on the left don't count. Let's stick together as Middle Americans. So I'm starting everything new. It is a great day out there. So come on, everybody. Come on in. We're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to talk about the Constitution of the United States of America. We're going to talk a little bit about impeachment. And I'm not angry tonight. I'm tired, man. They are wearing me out. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my entire life. So right after Ollie gets done playing this great little guitar riff, I love it. We're gonna do this. All right, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mickey in the Middle. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mickey in the Middle. My name is Mickey, and this is the quintessential show for Middle Americans. I'm just a average guy with a real cool dad, and I live in Arkansas, and I'm nobody special. I'm just a dude that does what I do, and the things that I do is Middle American things. I am one of those people that I'm simple. I don't understand everything that's going on in the country right now. I mean, I understand and I get it. I understand the philosophic differences between the right and the left. I understand the differences in different cultures. I understand, not everything about every culture, but I understand that we have different religions and we have different cultures, and we can be considered a melting pot, and we can also be considered a tossed salad, and we can be considered a lot of things. But the first thing we have to be considered is because we all live within the borders, we all live within the United States of America, is that we're all Americans. I mean, that's not hard. There's no place else for us to go. If you want to go someplace else, you can go somebody else. I encourage you to stay here, but if you wanted to pack up your stuff and go to the Bahamas or go to South America or go to Africa or go to Australia or go to the Ukraine or Russia or India, wherever, you can go over there. I'm sure that they would take you, but I listen, we're in America. You're an American, I'm an American. I got a Constitution. It's the same Constitution that applies to you. Everything else is just fodder. Everything else is just blah, blah, blah. Everything's a lot of talk. And everybody has the right to say anything that they want. I don't believe that there's anything as hate speech. You want to know why? People have said some very, very unflattering things about me. And I just don't care. I mean, if you talk it, you can talk about my ears. Man, my ears, when I was a kid, my ears used to stick out like this. I don't know whether at just walking through the earth and through the atmosphere, whether it pushed my ears back and made me actually look, different. But I used to get all kinds of hell for my ears. I turned gray. I don't think that my daughter ever remembers me not having gray hair. I was in the military for 30 years. I caught a lot of crap about being not a good military person. I got a lot of accolades for being a fantastic military person. People don't agree with my politics all the time. I don't expect people to agree with me 100% of the time. As a matter of fact, I was talking about an issue with my daughter yesterday, and she literally stopped the conversation and she Zoom called me so that she could look me in the face and tell me that my opinion and my position on the thing that we were talking about might need some tweaking. You can't hurt my feelings. No, really, you can't hurt my feelings. You can physically harm me. You can restrain me. You can throw me in jail. You can do a lot of things to me. But you can't really hurt my feelings because they've been beaten and bruised and battered. And, if you say something I don't like, I just blow you off and I just say you're an idiot. That's hateful. Whatever. Whatever. If I took everything that people said to me and I classified it and I said, well, that is acceptable to me, or that is not acceptable to me, or I find that offensive, or that hurts me, I give them too much power. I give everybody too much power. Okay, listen to me. The young people today, they're not going to listen to me because I'm an old person. If I went on TikTok right now and I started dancing, by the way, I got some moves. If I went on TikTok right now, the comments that I would get, most of them would be negative. Why is an old guy on TikTok is where it would start? And my God, that guy cannot dance. Where did he bust out the Saturday Night Fever moves? Listen, we need to. First of all, let's go with this. There's no such thing as hate speech. There's stupid people saying a lot of stupid stuff. There is some very patently offensive things that people say to me, probably to you, that they write in comments. There are hateful comments. There are violence-filled comments. There are a whole bunch of different words that are in this Constitution that say that we have the ability to go to war and force people to do our will. Congress can declare war, right? But the treaties we sign are all verbal documents that say, hey, look here, you have offended us in these ways, and you are not a good country, and you're absolutely terrible. That's printed word. Those printed words don't hurt anybody. They're legally binding documents that we put out, but those are just speech. So if you write something down, and you send it to me, let's see, do I need this? Logistics under attack. Ooh, I got to write a white paper on logistics under attack. Remind me. So I can take this piece of paper and I go, you write it down, and I go, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate your input. Stop. They said hateful things to me. Well, I'm leaving then. I'm just going to walk away. I'm not going to let it bother me because I'm secure enough in myself that I either value your opinion or I don't. And I'm going to get into a lot of things tonight because there's a lot of shit going on. So let's see who's. Hello, Greg Meyer. How you doing? Don Ledger, Logan, Darla, Stewart, Bennett. How you doing? Lane Calcaterra. Hello. Greg Meyer says that he's angry. And I'm telling you right now, Greg, I think that you have a right to have an emotion-filled thing right now. I was on the phone earlier with somebody else, and I could hear the news in the back, and I could hear the vitriol on the news. I think that they were listening to TV, and I could hear it while I was doing the things that I needed to do, and there was some absolutely just mean stuff being said about people in our country. And yesterday I was mad, so I get emotion. I get emotion. I feel that. So if you're feeling mad, I understand it. Hi, Susie. How you doing? Lane, Greg says, not just on Twitter, just not on Twitter anymore. Did you quit Twitter? Hey, Lucky Jackson. How you doing? Glad to see you back. Hey, Sherry Clark. How you doing? Dwayne Terry. How you doing? All right. So I was talking, somebody sent me a message earlier today, and I don't know whether they want to be identified or not, but they can identify them. They are here with us. And they said, hey, can you talk a little bit about the impeachment? So I'm going to start off with the impeachment. Because I watched the 5 earlier today, and I didn't watch much of it, right? So I just caught a glimpse of it, and they were talking about the impeachment, and so I pulled it up on the internet, and I just want to show you. Where did it go? So here it is. So I just wanted to show you this, right? So Nancy Pelosi tried to bully Mike Pence into starting an administrative Trump has lost his mind. We're going to impeach them. That's what she did yesterday or the day before. And then she did this, which is, oh, wait a minute. She did that. The camera's backwards to me. So she did that, which says Pelosi spoke to the Pentagon to prevent Trump from using nukes and taking military action. What? What? Are you serious? So let me give everybody a little bit of perspective, though. Let me wind back the clock and get us here first. Let's get us here first. Here's the way it went down. We had an election. A lot of people were not happy about it. President Trump and a whole bunch of other people believe that they have evidence that suggests that the election was stolen and nefarious means were used to elect Joe Biden as president. And that's it. So they had a lot of different presentations in front of legislative bodies of states. That included Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Inside of those, hundreds of affidavits were presented. Statistical anomalies were presented. Impossible scenarios were presented. Expert witnesses were brought in, so the case was very compelling. When they took this information to the court system, the courts decided that they were not going to address what had happened. So nobody in the court system, from what I understand, actually heard any of the evidence that was presented. And it even went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court went, woo, football, we're not dealing with that. So then, they had the electors chosen by the states, and then they were going to be presented on Tuesday, whenever the heck they had the rally. So Trump supporters said that they were going to go and have the Stop the Steal rally up on the Washington Mall, and then all hell broke loose. That kind of catches everybody up. When all hell broke loose, and this is important to remember, the House of Representatives and the Senate were in actual session with the Vice President of the United States overseeing the Electoral College count in chambers when people descended on the Capitol. I want you to imagine if you're sitting in that Capitol and you hear that the walls have been breached, that the doors and the windows have been breached, and they are coming to get you. And then they hand you a gas mask, and they evacuate you into secured chambers. Would you be scared? Would you? I probably would be. Listen. Lindsey Graham made his speech, and he said they had backpacks on their back when they came through the windows, and I don't know why they were allowed to come through the windows, but those backpacks were, paraphrasing, those backpacks were as frayed as large as my legislative desk, and they could have had a bomb in there. And they could have. Because they didn't go through any security. They didn't go through any metal detectors. They just came in with big, huge backpacks. And if anybody wanted to do unbelievable damage, they could have gone in there and just created massive amounts of carnage, death. I need to have that sink in. Yesterday when I was talking about how the Capitol Police fell back into position so that they did not shoot civilians and fellow Americans, that is the truth. That is how that happened. They did not want to engage and did not want to shoot Americans. But the thing is that somebody made the decision to not shoot, failing to recognize that they could have had bombs. And if you were inside of the chambers and you were sequestered and you had people at the doors and they all had guns and they were all pointing outside and they said, "We will defend you and we will lay down our lives for you. You don't worry about it. We got this." You're still scared. I don't care who you are. You're scared because you don't have enough information. You don't have enough eyes. All you know is the walls have been breached. The Capitol's been breached. They are in chambers and they are intent on doing damage. Why else would they break through the walls? Why else would they break into the building? When you come out of that, you've got to steel yourself like they did. And they went back into chambers. They certified the vote. But how mad would you be when you tried to go to bed that night if you were in those chambers and they breached the walls? It would make me mad, especially if you thought, I watched all of Trump's speech. I watched all of it. That is not true. I'm sorry. I watched the beginning of it. And then I was doing other things in the house because that dude just goes on and on and on and on and on, and he just won't stop. He did say, now peaceably go down there and be patriotic. But he really convinced people that the election had been stolen. And he went through line by line by line of all of the accusations that were made in every single state. That's what took him an hour and a half, 2 hours to do the speech. And if you're sitting in that crowd and he's telling you this, all you'd be doing is getting madder and madder and madder and madder. That's the perspective from the people that were in the chamber and that are really mad at him and that want him thrown out, that want him impeached, that want immediately to take power away from him. They're mad. They're frustrated. They are angry. They are saddened by the events that happened that result in the loss of an American and the loss of multiple Americans because several had medical issues, but one was shot in the chest and one died as a result of being beaten in the crowd. Prayers for all of them. If you go back and you watch the speech, you can understand why people got fired up. If you throw in a little bit of Antifa, a little bit of Black Lives Matter, a little bit of Proud Boys, a little bit of people that just got fired up and get caught up in the moment, when they breach the walls, it doesn't matter who breached the walls. It doesn't matter why they breached the walls. What matters is the simple fact that everybody inside thought that it was the end for them. And then they got to blame somebody. They're going to blame somebody. If somebody comes in and comes into your house, do you care what their motivation was to do that? Well, if they just had a rally, 30 minutes prior to that down the street, the dude that was standing on the podium is going to take it right in the face. I would have been scared. Now, a couple days removed from that. Now we got a couple of days. I'm telling you what right now, they are absolutely pounding this into the American public. This is one of the problems that we have, is that nobody can get control of the message because the message comes out from a group of people, and all of a sudden it is, if you do not remove him yourself, if you do not quit, we are going to try to humiliate you. We are going to step on you. We are going to impeach you. We are going to make sure that you and everybody else out there supported you just absolutely gets crushed, gets canceled, we are going to annihilate you. This is cancel culture on steroids. That's what's happening right now. One side went in, and where are my notes? So this is what's happening in this moment. This is what I figured out, right? This is Mommy Dearest on steroids. Oh, are you a good girl? Oh, I love my good girl. I love it when you're a good girl. Are you a bad girl? Are you a bad girl? Because if you're a bad girl, you're going to pay for it. I'm going to make you pay for it, that you're going to remember this, and you are going to pay for it the rest of your life. That's the story of Mommy Dearest. When Mommy came unhinged, and she punished you to the point that you would never, ever, ever forget that. And that's what's happening. They have decided they're going to go Mommy Dearest on the right. And right now, there's two sides that you can be on. You can be on the side that is embarrassed that it happened and that you were thinking that it was a good idea to go and protest, and all of a sudden you get shamed into, you are a bad human being, you are a bad American, you have the worst party because you have supported this person, and therefore we now have the moral high ground to Mommy Dearest you right into oblivion. And the people that are being Mommy Dearest into oblivion aren't 7 years old. But it's still all rhetoric. It's still all talk. Or is it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, this has got to stop. This is the craziest thing. They have became unhinged, and they have forgotten that there are 320 million of us in America, and now 50% want to absolutely annihilate the other 50%. Lane says, like your moves. That's a snake, right? Greg Meyer says, it was me. Vindictive. Yes, they're extremely vindictive, right? Our society has broken. Greg says vindictive. Lane says they have been trying to this from the moment he decided to run for president. You're right. They've tried to impeach him because they're going to do anything that they possibly can to win. They don't understand that this is not about one side or the other side winning or losing. This is about America. It's about 320 million people that should all be considered in every single decision that is made on Capitol Hill. They have got to deal with the president. They have got to deal with the president's supporters. They have got to deal with Biden's supporters. They've got to deal with Biden as a president. They are forgotten that they have forgotten all of us and only believe that winning matters. There are two things in this: vanity and shame. Oh, look at us. Oh, shame on you. Shame on you. We are the moral high ground. Who are you to be doing this? That's why I started this show off with language. With language. Is what they are saying about you true? Is what they are saying about you true? If it's not, give it no credence. I saw a post earlier today from Dan Bongino, who I follow because I'm middle right. And sometimes he's very astute. Sometimes he has a lot of information inside Capitol Hill policing agencies. I believe he was a Secret Serviceman. He just got a message earlier today that Apple wants to deplatform a company that he helped start called Parler. That Apple, one of the top 3 largest companies in the world, wants to deplatform an entire social media network. And guess what? They're protected by 230. By Section 230 of a communications code, the communications whatever, that they threw out everything in the Communications Act except for Clause 230. Did you know that? They threw out the entire everything in the communication thing. You can go look it up, figure out where 230 came from. They threw out everything in there except Section 230, which protects internet companies and people that transmit those lines. So that means Apple's going to get away with it if they do platform, because if you get thrown off Facebook or you get thrown off Twitter, those are relationships that were built between you and them. They're a private company, you're a private citizen, and there is no agreement that they have to let you on the platform or that they have to give you a voice. 230 thoroughly protects them. It protects them from everything. It says that they have full control of what happens on their platform and that they cannot be sued either as an editor or as a publisher or as a platform. I looked. You read that thing. It's horrible. They're the only people in the entire world, in the entire country, that can't be sued for libel. How about that? They cannot be sued for defamation. They cannot be sued for anything. Whatever they do to you, they can get away with it. But whatever you do to them, you can get away with. Right? So you can go say whatever you want to say about them. You can start your own platform and you can go trash them all you want. That's what's happening on Parler. So all of a sudden, they call up Twitter, and Twitter called up Apple and went, "Hey, man, tell those guys to piss off. You can stop them." So what we have to establish is, first, we have to establish what are the relationships that we're dealing here, and how much credence and credibility do we give to them? I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't want any of them to be my neighbor. I would not want any of them to be my neighbor. If they were my neighbor, I would move. And then they can go blah, blah, blah all they want. And here's the deal is, if you're a conservative, they're going to make you pay. They're going to punish you. They are. Let me give you some hope. I was in the military for 30 years. I know a lot of POWs, people that were POWs. Most of them have died now. But through my 30 years in the military, I met a lot of people that were Vietnam, POWs, POWs in the Gulf War, Vietnam, or from Korea. I met these people. I actually put together ceremonies where we recognize POWs and recognize the sacrifices of MIAs and people that have passed away in service to their country. I met a lot of these heroes. And you know what the one thing that they said about being POWs in captivity? They said, "I always had the United States of America. Something that I could believe in. That we had something that was better than this. And that my country was going to come and save me. And I was doing it for the Constitution of the United States of America, but they couldn't get in my mind. They could say the most hateful, terrible things about me, about my country, about my fellow POWs, about my fellow airmen. They could tell me that they were bombing babies and that we were just the most horrible people. and they could tell me that I wasn't worth anything, and they could rub my face in the dirt, and they could make me eat my own feces, and they could break my body, they could break my bones, they could break my spirit. But it didn't matter, because those POWs knew that it was not true. We are dealing with a difficult situation. This is hard. This is going to leave a scar on America. But we have to build up a little bit of a callus. And when we build up the callus, we cannot let it bother us. And then over time, we're going to take love and compassion and caring, and we're going to wipe it onto that callus. And this will become history. And our country will be unified. And we will get back to the fantastic country without all of this vitriol. We will get back to the country where love and caring and compassion and empathy and sympathy and building each other back up, that's where I'm headed. So they can say whatever they want to say. They can impeach as much as they've already impeached Trump once. What are they going to do? Do it twice? Whatever. They can do it as many times as they want. Who cares? It takes 75% of the Senate to do it, so they can. You're impeached twice. We impeached you twice. We impeached you twice. That's what I got for you, man. Whatever. You can do whatever you want as long as you get away with it. I'm just saying. Like, remember the other night when I said I'm going to go out in my street and I'm going to go out there naked and I'm going to pee in the middle of the road? I can do that as much as I want as long as I don't get caught. And if I get caught, then I have to be convicted. And if I get caught and I get convicted and I don't pay a price and they just go, hey, don't do that again, go home, then I got away with it. There was no punishment for that. Then that's what we need to do. We need to identify whether words hurt us, whether actions hurt us, whether it really has hurt our country. It's not hurting our country. Go out in your front yard. Go hug your children. Go get a little bit of dinner. Go to a park. Go swimming. Go to the ballet. Everybody that's going to be at the ballet is going to be swimming, going to be riding a bike, going to a park, hanging out with their kids, doing community service. They're going to be Americans just like you. No, nobody's going to look at you and go, are you a Republican? You're not allowed to come in here. And if they do, go somewhere else. If they say hateful, terrible things about the country, just go, that's not right. Let me tell you about the country. And give them a little education about why politics is not the United States of America. All that is politics. They're going to say all the hateful stuff. They might, they might do something. But all in all, we have us. We have 320 million of us to hug. You want to have a great day tomorrow? Put on a mask, get some hand sanitizer, and go out and hug 10 people. Or 20 people. Go see if you can help at a nursing home. Go see if you... What they're doing up there, it's not America. They might hurt your feelings. They might make you feel bad. So let's wrap this up with vindictive civil. How does impeaching Trump for the second time, mind you, serve us? It doesn't. It doesn't. But it has no effect on us either. They embarrass Trump, right? Everybody gets their feelings hurt, and then we just go. It doesn't serve us at all. That's what I'm saying. It's all rhetoric. It's all mindless. They can be as mad as they want to be. They can go fire the chief of the Capitol Police. They can go do a lot of positive things. They can arrest the people that were breaking into the Capitol and busting it up and vandalizing it. But to you and me, a little bit of embarrassment. They try to shame us, and I'm not going to be embarrassed for who I am, and I'm not going to be ashamed of 200,000 people going up there and letting their First Amendment rights off the chain. And then when they got to the Capitol, those people said, whoa, hey, I'm not going in there. That's wrong. but they let their First Amendment voices be heard, and they can be proud of that. The ones that did not go into the Capitol, that called the police and said, hey, 911, people are breaking windows, people are getting into the Capitol, you might want to go and do something about that. The people that stopped other people from going in, the people that assisted people that were injured during the fray, the people that were like, hey, look here, you guys need to not be doing this. There's a lot of those people that were out there. You can be proud of those people for going up there and having their voice heard and not being afraid to exercise a First Amendment right. Even if they were called haters, and even if they were called bad people, and even if the patriot, they were called, oh, you're a patriot and patriots suck. Whatever. It just, all this hurts your face, Donald Trump should literally come out and go, all right, let's impeach. I got 14 days left. I got a little time on my hand. Let's go to impeachment. I'll show up. I'll sit in the front row. Let's go with this. What would they do then? What would they do if Donald Trump showed up on the first day and didn't give one shit about their impeachment? And then every single time that they said something, he was like, hey, can I get somebody to refute that? I'm just saying, what happens if Donald Trump went along with the impeachment? And then at the end of it, on the 20th, he goes, oh, hey, I'm going to Mar-a-Lago. Peace, everybody. See you in 4 years. What would happen if he did that? Never run. Never run. Don't run. If somebody goes, you suck, go, oh my God, do you know how much I suck? You know how much trouble I was in the Air Force when I was a kid? Oh my God. I was a pain. I was like labor for my mom for 16 years. It was horrible. If you have known the hell I've gave my wife, if you know all the times that I've mentally tortured my daughter just for fun, I haven't done that. But I'm just saying. Smile. Go, you're wrong. Have confidence in yourself. And don't get caught up in the BS and rhetoric. The left wants to silence anyone to disagree with them. Why the left wants full and complete power? You're 100%. The left wants full and complete power. But no, I'm not going to give them that. So it's my choice. They go, shut up. I go, no. They go, you're a bad person. I go, I know. I'll be here all night. Don't let them get you. Remember the POWs in Vietnam? They broke their bodies. They tried to break their spirit. And their mind was like, hey, you can't get me. I'm steeled against your bullshit. I have calluses now. I will remember. I'll never forget. I believe the left wants to keep us divided so they can maintain that power. Oh, yeah, they want us divided. Oh, there's absolutely no doubt that they want us divided. They want us divided, they want us shamed, and they want us to shut up. And they will keep telling you that you're a bad human being forever and ever and ever, and just don't listen to them. Sounds like you talked to James Seahorn. I do not know who James Seahorn is. He was my first squadron commander when I started flying. He was that James Seahorn. No, I did not meet him. Did I? Yes, so true. Thank you so much for your thoughts. I wish there's more people understood like I do. Thanks for talking about the impeachment. You're welcome. The intent of trying to impeach him a second time is to prevent him from running at 2024. Yeah, but here's the thing is, it's one thing that Trump has proven is that he's not listening to anybody. He does his own thing. That's what makes him, a very, very strong individual. So, hey, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. I just want to let you know, a lot of love. I love you, and I want you to have a fantastic night. Don't let anybody get you down. Remember to live, laugh, and love everybody. Peace. See ya. You guys are awesome.